Welcome to the Karate Child, where young Jaden Smith, who's playing Dre, and his hot single mother that is no longer available in your area because they're both moving to China from Detroit because you can't have shit in Detroit, or she has work over there or something, I don't know. They get to the airport, board the plane, and his mom forces him to practice his Chinesium with some random dude sitting next to him, asks him some shit in Chinese, and the dude's like,
dude, I'm from Detroit.
I'm really hoping that means he can't speak Chinese, because just humor the child if you can, dickhead. Anyway, still a funny bit. Kid is bummed about moving to China, but fuck him, who cares? They fly over there. A Chinese person helps them get acclimated, and pretty much instantly Dre makes a new albino friend once they get to their new apartment in the Beverly Hills. They get situated in that apartment. His mom asks him to go find Mr. Han, the maintenance guy, because she wants to take a shower and the hot water ain't working. So he asks around, and somehow, without being able to speak a lick of Chinese, he locates Mr. Han, aka Jackie Chan, in the shack attached to the side of his building, or some other building nearby, I guess, who is very busy eating noodles and ignoring little bro's complaints about the hot water, kills a fly with a fly swatter, then picks it up with chopsticks and continues eating with them after giving them a simple wipe. He didn't even wipe the center parts that he grabs with, just the sides. That's fucking disgusting! No wonder y'all gave the world COVID. Anyway, Dre gets ignored, so he just goes to the nearby park and ends up playing some basketball with his new albino friend and some Chinese kids, but ends up disgracing all black people alive by sucking at it. And the kids are like, wow, what's next? You don't like fried chicken? Next, he tries to play ping pong with some elderly folk. Meanwhile, this whole time, he's been eyeing and trying to impress this chick with a violin on a bench. So after he gets his ass handed to him, Tom, or whatever the f his name is, encourages him to go talk to her. So he does that, and turns out she speaks English, so he tries to make conversation with her by popping and locking. But his cool hair is what does the trick and impresses her. Then a bunch of kids that were making fun of him from afar come to tell her to return to studying or practicing and bully Dre away, who's just trying to be nice. So he prepares to fight, but gets beat up by this asshole and his kung fu abilities. He does get one good punch in, but then gets fucked up a bit more and flipped over, then punched while he's on the ground. Pink Girl is finally able to tell Chung, the asshole child, to get away from him. Then she and Tom try to help him up, but Dre tells them both to leave him alone, and we get this cool transition shot from free throw line to the peephole of his door, which is a place he shouldn't be laying at, because when bro got thrown onto the ground, he got yoked past sense of yeet over to the edge of the court, as we can see here. We can also very clearly not see the free throw line or any free throw markings on the ground at all, but whatever. Bro goes back home to his mom, who's fast asleep, and next day he covers up his black eye with his mom's makeup and goes over to his new school wearing his new uniform, not on uniform day, because apparently they only wear that shit once a week, which is a wacky ass rule if you ask me, and they find that out once they get there and meet the principal. Then he sees that Chung, the asshole boy, goes to the same school that he does, and his mom finds out that he got into a fight, but he doesn't tell her who he fought, and he's just like, Mom, I ran into a pole, okay, shut the fuck up, don't worry about me. So he goes inside, does some schooling, and at lunchtime finds out some good news that Violin Girl goes to the same school as him, and she helps him with his food. Very nice. She also tells him that Chung is not her boyfriend, their families are just really close. By the way, this must be one of them expensive schools where all the foreign kids go to, because I'm seeing a lot of non-Chinese kids there. Anywho, she goes off to practice, then Chung shows up to bully him again, and head teacher breaks up the fight between them. Chung says some shit that subtitles won't translate for me, but that's fine, I got just the guy for that. Yo, 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 Rant Tony, what's up?
Let's go, what's up, bro?
You speak Chinese, right?
Hi.
Hi, okay, whatever that means. Can you tell me what he says?
Japanese, bro! That's Japanese!
I'm sorry, alright? Tell me what he says, please.
He says, I love Beijing, Tiananmen Square.
Nice. Now watch all Chinese residents watching this video get their internet privileges revoked or some shit.
Actually, wait, what is it? I think he's saying something. Wait, let me listen to it again. Wait, what? Wait. Listen, my Chinese is...
You're fake Chinese? I fucking knew it.
I think he's saying he ran into me, and then something in the middle. I don't know. Like I said sorry, and then he hit me. And then
he's blaming him. All right.
Yeah. So it's like he ran into me, blah 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 blah, and then he hit me.
All right, thanks. So kid leaves. He really hates China right now.
Hey, can I stay for the rest of the video? I got time. I got nothing.
All right, sure, no problem.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, no problem. So
awesome, wait, 1 second.
You comfortable?
Yeah, bro, let's go.
Alright, so kid's really starting to hate China now. He goes home and eventually Han comes over to fix the hot water. That, as it turns out, does not need fixing. They just don't know how to use it properly because they're stupid Americans. Then while fixing the door handle because it is broken, he sees Dre hang up his jacket with a lot of attitude after his mom asks him to stop leaving it on the floor. Later, he goes to school again and sees Violin Girl practicing her violin skills. Child flirtation happens and he leaves because the instructor guy is coming back in. Gets out of the auditorium and gets bullied again by Small Dick Chung and his gang. Actually, they Chinese. All of them have SBS. Now you though, Ranton, your dick's massive. After that, we see Dre walking around with his mother, who is lovey-on-the-hosing the shit out of China, when he sees a Kung Fu training center and runs into there to take a look. By the way, Ranton, from a scale of baked and unbothered to absolutely livid, how annoying is it to you that it's called The Karate Kid and bro is doing Kung Fu in the movie?
honestly, legitimately, truly, I do not care. It doesn't bother me at all.
Interesting. I thought it would have. Moving on then. They're in awe of all the kung fu happening around them, and then they enter this hall, I assume where all the pros are training at, where all the kids are taught to never show mercy to their opponent, and beat them while they are.
Never speak much,
Shut
bro.
the fuck up, man. Where all the kids are taught never to show mercy to their enemy, even when they're on the ground, which doesn't sound like a very kung fu-y and nice teaching to me. Ranton, confirm or deny?
Confirm, you're right. China is a big place. There are some crazy masters out there who are ruthless and insane, but overall, you're right. This is played up for a movie. Confirm. Go on.
And he sees that SPS Chung is one of these kids training there and wants to leave just as fast as they came. Gets pretty pissed and his mom's like, the fuck's wrong with you? Keeps asking him what's wrong, but he's like,
I don't care what's wrong. All you care about is how happy I am.
bro, that's the same exact thing, almost. Because if something's wrong, then you're obviously not going to be happy. I mean, I get it. You're just mad and sad that you're in China, but still could have worded better, dumbass. Anyway, he's like, I want to go home, but she's like, this is our home now, buddy. Life keeps going on. He goes on a school field trip, having messed up the dates for uniform day again, this time the other way around. The whole trip, Chung's threatening SPS aura keeps lingering around Ray. So once they get back and the school day ends, he follows him and his gang around for a bit, finds some dirty, oily vent water, and throws it onto them as revenge, then runs away. They run after him. Pretty sure he drops his backpack in that chase to run faster, but it shows up later in the movie, which I think is mad bullshit because someone definitely stole that thing. Maybe he bought an identical one later. I don't know. Whatever. They chase him for a bit, and he ends up at that little gated storage area next to Han's office, with the doors to the building closed and the other gate shut. So they trap him in there like,
Oh, you fast, Ray, but you're not fast enough. Oh, Ray, you better keep running. You come to the wrong neighborhood, Ray. I kill you, I fuck you.
and they start ruthlessly beating him up, but then Han shows up to stop Chung, who's about to take it too far. So Han clearly came in through this door. How did they not see him come in? Okay, maybe they were televisioning on beating up Dre, but you would definitely have to see him when he's that close enough to intervene and grab that kid's hand so fast. Also, isn't Dre's house right around the corner? Why don't he just run home? It's literally right fucking there. You
Hi
have
boy, more like dumb boy. Got him. Have you ever thought about if he goes to where he lives, the bullies know where he lives? You never been bullied before? Yeah, me neither. So let's move on.
Yeah, that's a good point, I guess. Anyway, Han pushes them away and starts defending Dre. They start to fight him, and he sort of fights back, but not really. He's just redirecting their punches or whatever. But in essence, he's still beating up a bunch of kids. And we get the usual one versus large number of opponents fight stuff, where there's always a couple dudes on the side flailing around and doing some random shit to give the illusion of action, with Chung literally disappearing sometimes. But anyway, he fights them off, then carries Dre over to his hut/office, does suction cup shit, then molests him with fire and passes it off as ancient Chinese healing methods. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Are we sure this guy wasn't on Epstein's fight list? Whatever. Dre's very impressed with what he did back there and asks him to teach him kung fu so he can defend himself, but Han refuses, instead suggesting that he goes over to their kung fu master and asking him to have his kids leave him alone. So Dre asks him to join him in doing that since he can't speak a Chinese, so they go over there to their evil dojo with the unnecessarily intense master beating the children for showing too much mercy in training. Han is like, we've come here to make peace.
How about you tell your little shit to mind his own business?
Hey man, 1v6 is not fair.
Alright, boys, ready up for 1v1.
Evil master wants Dre to fight Chung 1v1 right here, right now, but Han refuses, saying that he didn't come here to fight. However, dude won't let them leave unless one of them fights right now. So Han tells him that instead of doing that, Dre will fight in their upcoming kung fu tournament instead, and he should instruct his boys to leave him alone and train in peace till then. The evil master agrees with this and lets him go. Han translates all that shit to Dre while walking home and gives him the good news that he will train him and teach him kung fu. Very cool beans. So next Saturday, he skateboards over to Han's house, hanging on to tricycle carts, which is a massive dick move because that adds a lot of weight and effort to the peddler. Actually, how did I not even notice when he jumps onto their cart? Maybe they do and they're just being nice, whatever. He gets to Han's place with a car in his living room that he's restoring, and him drilling a hole into a foam pole in his backyard, which feels like it should be illegal. I mean, that's for sure like 10 points off his social credit score, isn't it? Anyway, Dre keeps telling him how athletic and fast he is, while his jacket on the floor in the background keeps changing positions, so Han tells him to go pick it up and hang it on this brand new rack he made for him, then to take it off, put it on, throw it on the ground, hang it up, and keep on repeating that over and over again for the whole day. Then he comes back next day and does the same thing over and over again for the whole day, and it just keeps going on like that every time he goes, with Han reminding him not to forget to do it with attitude. Then one day his mom comes over to take him to the Shishi festival because the violin girl invited him over there to meet him behind the Shadow Theater. Han's single mom also bought an extra ticket for Han, so they all go together to this festival that Han tells her is Chinese Valentine's Day. Dre goes off to meet Violin Girl while his mom and Han make their way over to the same place that Dre's going, except the kids are meeting backstage in front of the main light for the Shadow Theater, which in hindsight is a retarded idea because they end up kissing and fucking everyone sees their kiss in the Shadow Theater, but whatever, it's like a cutesy funny moment, so who cares. Before that though, bro gives her his mixtape and she explains to him the love story play that's happening in front of them right now, and because the news that he's fighting in that tournament got around real quick, they pinky promise each other that he will show up to her violin thing audition while she shows up to his kung fu tournament, and then they do the smooching. Next day, Dre goes back to training, doing the same old jacket on, jacket off shit. That thing must go home filthy every fucking day. But anyway, Dre finally gets fed up, like, I get it, Mr. Han, okay? I shouldn't have been disrespectful to my mom. You know what? I'm done. They can beat me up if they want to. But then Han calls him back and takes the jacket away and tells him to do all that jacket on, jacket off shit, well, without the jacket itself. Then shows him that all these moves can translate into kung fu martial art moves by having a little mock practice fight or whatever, what it's called.
Sparring.
Yeah, that. Sparring. They spar. Thank you. And he teaches him that Kung Fu is all around them and everything they do. And after having learned that lesson, he takes him on a field trip to the mountains, to the Shaolin Temple to learn about Qi, internal energy and shit.
Stop. That's not the Shaolin Temple. Go on.
Whatever, a temple on top of this big ass mountain. Han wants to go up there and drink from the dragon well. Tells Dre to leave his shit down at the base of the mountain by this pile of random baskets and stuff, which, let's be honest, is probably gonna get stolen unless there's some code of ethics here, because this is a holy, sacred place where people don't steal and shit. Anyway, they start their long journey up the 1 million steps to go see a bunch of Shaolin monks.
So, it's not the Shaolin Temple. Again, it's the Wudang Mountains. It's not the same thing as the Shaolin Temple. The Shaolin Temple is an actual place. The Wudang Mountains is just an area in China. Please get it right.
Whatever, man. It's same.
No, it's not same!
Bro, it's same, but different. But still same. There's monks doing Tai Chi, Feng Shui, meditation shit, nutsack tearing splits, and snake charming off a cliff, which really impresses Dre. And how funny would it be if Dre was like, boo! And the bitch gets startled, falls off. Maybe the snake bites her and then they fall off. I really hope How Should Have Ended makes that skit, because I'm too lazy to do it myself. Anyway, they get to this dragon well that's said to contain magical kung fu water. Dre drinks from it and asks Han how the son was controlling the snake like that, and he tells him that she was so still and calm that the snake started mirroring her movements. Then apparently they go straight back down the mountain to train by this lake. I hope they did at least some training by the Shaolin Temple, because if it didn't, they just went up to drink some.
Hi, boy, for the fucking 1 millionth time. It is not the Shaolin Temple, okay? You understand? This here is a Shaolin robe, okay? Gray. You see what they're wearing? It's blue. Well, we have blue stuff too, but this is the Shaolin Temple stuff.
There we go. Okay, where were we? So they train by this lake after having spent 10 minutes up by the temple, connecting their hands with bamboo sticks so Dre can copy his movements better and shit. They go home and we get a short training montage of the real stuff now, not just jacket shit. By the way, when he's doing that punching him through laundry shit, wouldn't it be safer for Dre to be on the other side of that laundry, just so there's less risk of him falling off the fucking building itself? Whatever, more practice happens, till one day Han tells Dre that there's no practice tomorrow, saying that too much of a good thing is a bad thing, so tomorrow's a day off. So on that day, he goes to school having mixed up uniform day again, sees Violin Girl worrying about her audition, which is tomorrow, and wants to practice some more, so he hits her with the too much of a good thing is a bad thing advice and convinces her to ditch school with him so they can go have some fun, eat some insects and play around in some water features, let loose, you know. They go into an arcade and play some Dance Dance Revolution, except they're not actually playing the game, they're just dancing normally. Fucking amateurs using the machine as a jukebox. What a disgrace. Anyway, Dre's very impressed by her very Western dance moves. Then she gets a call from her father who's looking for her because the audition has been moved up to today and it's in 20 minutes. So he comes right away to pick her up and sees Dre while he's doing that. They speed off to go to the school while Dre runs over to the school. Violin Girl gets there just in time for her turn. Then a few minutes later, Dre shows up as promised, and I have no problem with him arriving essentially at the same time as her because it's fucking Beijing, probably heavily congested, lots of traffic. A human could probably outrun a car by taking quicker footpaths that a car can't take. But bro just ran for 20 minutes straight and he shows no signs of sweating at all and he isn't even out of breath. How? Doesn't matter. After she finishes, and I think she did a good job, her dad instructs her to go tell Dre that they can no longer be friends because he is bad for her life. She does that, he gets sad and he decides to go over to Mr. Han, who's at home, drunk off some Chinese vodka, smashing up the car that he just fixed up, which perplexes Dre and he asks him why he's doing that. Then finds out that Han had a wife and a son. Her name was Zhang, his name was Guak Guak or something, and they both died in the car accident while he was driving. So every year on the same day he fixes up the car, then smashes it thinking shit will change, but that's obviously retarded and it doesn't happen. He cries throughout telling this whole story. Dre cries too, but then he goes and gets the bamboo sticks to drag him out of the car and help him wipe his tears, and gets him to start training with him to take his mind off things. They start doing kung fu through the sadness. They doing sad fu, bro. I said they doing sad fu. Seriously? No reaction? That's a fucking zinger, bro. Oh, right.
Mountains. This is the fucking Shaolin roll. Please fucking get it fucking right. Get it.
His mom comes to check on him because he wasn't answering his texts and sees the cool kung fu happening. Then we cut to another training montage that's very similar to the first one, except he's excelling at everything he sucked at in the beginning, on top of doing more shit like mud cardio, laundry pull-ups, and ball-busting splits. Then they visit the arena, he'll be fighting him, and Han gives him a gift that is my merch that you should totally get as well. Just kidding, it's actually Bruce Lee's shirt. Not kidding about getting my merch though. You can go ahead and do that. Dre's like, thanks Kimosabe, and asks him for his help to write a letter in Chinese to Violin Girl's dad. That basically says, sup motherfucker. I mean, hello sir, I'm sorry I disrespected your family. If you give me another chance, I promise I will be the best of friends your daughter ever had. The dad forgives him and allows his daughter to go support him at his tournament that I actually have a few comments on that I want to get out of the way beforehand, and Ranton can help me in them actually, so.
Wudangshan, the Wudangshan area in China, very beautiful. It's not the Wudang.
Yeah, hey, I concede, it's the Wudang Temple, alright?
It's not a Wudang Temple, by the way. There's no such thing as a Wudang Temple, oh my god. It is the Wudang Mountains, there's no Wudang Temple. There's no Wudang Temple!
At one of the temples on top of the Wudang Mountain. Good?
One of the temples in the Wudang Mountains. Fine. That's I can accept.
That works. All right. Now that's out of the way. I have a question for you about the final tournament in the movie. Because I feel like there's a lot of stupid-ass, non-kung fu-y, non-martial arty stuff happening. Like the jacket on, jacket off move. Are you really letting someone get close enough to put their hands on your shoulder? Also, there's backflips and wrestling moves. Like, this can't be all kung fu. It's got to be some movie bullshit in here.
I could talk about this all day. It's a very complicated... But the bottom line, no, this stuff is part of Kung Fu, but you're right that fights would never look like this. It's obviously highly choreographed. And yes, that's all I will say about that.
So what I gather from you is that I'm at least partially correct. That's good enough for me. So the day of the tournament comes upon them, and it starts with Dre initially being...
Wait, why did we skip so far ahead? Did you mute me and continue?
Huh?
Was I muted this whole time?
What? No. I would never do such a thing, bro. I'd never. So the tournament begins, and at first Dre's a bit of a pussy, but then he gets into a stride and lots of undeniably cool moves. But as discussed, also a bit bullshit happened. He and a few of the evil red kung fu kids, along with Chung, make it to the semifinals, where from now on you need 3 points to win. Points are gained by knocking them down or punching them really hard or some shit. SPS Chung brutally beats up this cringe Mohawk kid and makes it to the finals, while Dre faces off with one of the other red kung fu kids, who was instructed by his evil master to hurt Dre's leg bad, even if it will get him disqualified. And when he faces him, that's exactly what he does. The red kid goes after his leg in an apparently very illegal way, continuing to beat him up even while he's on the ground, which injures Dre really badly and gets the red kid disqualificado. So they take Dre to the back rooms to get checked over by a doctor who advises them that he shouldn't continue because he's hurt pretty bad. While outside, the fat announcer guy says that if Dre doesn't show up within 2 minutes, Chung will be declared the winner by default. Back inside, Violin Girl and his mom come over to check on him, and he tells him to fuck off for a second so he can talk to Han, telling him that he wants to continue, but Han doesn't want him to continue because he doesn't want him to get hurt. But Dre's like, that's not what Kung Fu's all about, dog! Now please, do the fiery cup thing. Han agrees and does the fiery cup shit, then rushes out to announce that Dre will continue. No way he did that in 2 minutes, bro. The whole please let me continue argument took about 1 minute and 50 seconds. So you're telling me that he did the whole ancient Chinese molestation healing shit and ran out in under 10 seconds? Fucking bullshit. Anyway, Dre gets out there to fight on with a sort of better leg. 1v1 Chung, they fight a bit and he slides underneath this kick he does, which I imagine cannot be good for his thigh at all. Then he gets up and gets kicked off the platform. Whose stupid idea was it to raise this shit anyway? It's not like the people cannot see, they're on bleachers. Plus, he just made it more dangerous for the kids on top because they can fall off and have this happen. Fucking retards, whatever. Dre gets back up there and beats Chung to the ground and pulls off this WWE wrestling move to get one up on Chung, who gets called over by his evil master, who instructs him to break Dre's leg. And even the kid thinks that's going too far now, but he complies anyway. And next round, he goes for a super spin kick directly into the injured part of his leg to even the score and hurt Dre even more. He keeps painting on the floor for a bit, but then gets up and clears his mind and soul and shit, like that Wudang Tai Chi bitch with the snake, lifts his hurt leg up, harnessing his inner chi, and now with a clear mind, Chung is sort of mirroring his actions. And when the round starts and the dipshit bum rushes him, Dre pulls off this sick ass scorpion kick to win the whole tournament. Chung asks the fatso announcer guy to give him the trophy so he can hand it to Dre himself because he gained his respect now. Then all the other students show great respect to Mr. Han, while evil SPS master watches in disbelief. Mom's happy, Violin Girl's happy, Han and Dre are happy, all is well. Tony, you want to do the honors?
Yes.
I rate this movie 14 out of 12 Taiwan.
Perfect.
Oh, you fast, but not fast enough. Oh, fuck, why can't I do the Chinese? Oh, you fast. Oh, you Why can't I? It doesn't work.
I'm not the only one stuttering here, bitch. Yeah, fuck you. All right.